Hey, John, and federal agencies, as you know, continue to investigate the participants in the breach here at the Capitol a week ago. And the Justice Department says it's putting an emphasis on those who engaged in open-hand combat with police officers. D.C. the district attorney, the acting district attorney here in D.C., Michael Sherwin, says that with more than 24 domestic terrorist investigations underway, over 100 arrests already made, that this is just the beginning.
We're looking at significant felony cases tied to sedition and conspiracy. Just yesterday, our office organized a strike force of very senior national security prosecutors and public corruption prosecutors. Their only marching orders from me are to build seditious and conspiracy charges related to the most heinous acts that occurred in the Capitol.
Those charges could carry a prison sentence of up to 20 years. The DOJ also says 170 subject files are open, and they've charged more than 70 cases. Sherwin says that number is expected to grow into the hundreds.
The Capitol grounds, outside and inside, are essentially a crime scene, and a scale in which we have literally thousands of potential witnesses, and a scenario in which we're going to have, I believe, hundreds of criminal cases.
And the FBI says the pipe bombs left outside both the Republican and Democratic National Committee headquarters were real and had timers. They're pursuing leads into the individual or people who planted them in those locations. And the FBI is considering banning some rioters from flying, something Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer supports.
The insurrectionists who breached the U.S. Capitol fall under the definition of threats to the homeland and should be immediately added to the TSA no-fly list.
Senator Schumer was later heckled by a woman at the same press conference.
As long as there's outrage and unrest in our hearts, there's going to be unrest in these streets.
And President Trump continues to weigh in, insisting he isn't responsible for the chaos at the Capitol.
They've analyzed my speech and my words and my final paragraph, my final sentence, and everybody to the T thought it was totally appropriate.
But acting Deputy DHS Secretary Ken Cuccinelli says the president should have been quicker to condemn violence outright.
What he said on Thursday is what we wanted to hear on Wednesday, right? And it was late.
And National Guard troops are all over the Capitol complex today. They're armed and ready in case of an emergency, but businesses are still taking matters into their own hands as Airbnb announced that it will cancel all reservations in the D.C. area up until Inauguration Day. So looks like there's going to be less people coming in from out of town than they originally expected. John.
Logan, thanks so much for that.